This is the Recycling, Scrap Metal, Commodities, and Economic Report, March 24, 2025. U.S. weekly raw steel production fell slightly to 1.667 million tons, down 1.7% from last year and down 1.3% year to date. Despite tariffs, steel mills announced layoffs and earnings declines. WTI crude oil price rose to $68.28 a barrel on new U.S. sanctions on Iran. Also, OPEC reversed their position and are now cutting production because oil prices are too low. Without OPEC increasing production in at least the short run, the administration's goal of $50 per barrel oil is not possible. U.S. weekly crude oil production fell slightly to 13.573 million barrels per day. Production remains near the record it hit in December and a huge 52% higher than Saudi Arabia. Oil companies are resisting increasing their production because it brings lower oil prices and lower profits. The U.S. weekly oil rig count decreased slightly to 486. Drillers are holding rigs about steady due to the lower prices. Scrap steel number one HMS composite price rose to $378.33 a gross ton due to slow incoming material. Increased prices have now helped increase the rate of the incoming material. Steel mill activity, though, is steady to down, so scrap prices are forecast to drop in April. Hot rolled coil steel price fell slightly to $46.85 a hundredweight, which is $9.37 a ton, near a one-year high. Tariffs allowed an increase in recent weeks, while there is steady demand but tight supply. Copper price rose to $5.10 a pound on Friday, near last year's record high, and is at a new high this morning. Chinese demand is increasing. Also, the risk of copper tariffs will stress the capacity of U.S. domestic smelters. Aluminum price fell to $1.19 a pound, which is $26.26 a metric ton, as new global aluminum production is coming online. China's January to February combined industrial production rose 5.3% versus last year, faster than forecast. Manufacturers rose 6.9%, but electric, gas, and water production fell 1.1%. U.S. Federal Reserve interest rates were kept steady at 4.25 to 5.5%. They announced that they were still anticipating a 0.5% rate cut this year. They also announced that, mostly due to tariffs, they've revised down U.S. growth to 1.7% from 2.1% and revised up inflation as measured by the PCE to 2.7% from 2.5%. NAHB Wells Fargo March Housing Market Index, the pulse of the single-family home builders. It fell to 39, the lowest in 7 months, on high costs and high labor and land shortages. They felt good about the administration pausing the rule requiring a certain level of energy efficiency in buildings, though. U.S. February retail sales, a major driver of the U.S. economy. They increased 3.1% over last year, which was slowing and below forecast. Restaurants, bars, gasoline all fell, while online sales rose. Excluding food services, auto dealers, gas, and building materials, sales jumped 1%. U.S. February existing home sales rose 4.2% to 4.26 million annualized, but near the record of 1978, 47 years ago. It was above market expectations as buyers were slowly re-entering the market. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 497 points to 41,985. This was as the administration suggested they may be flexible on new tariffs versus in the past saying no exceptions. Also, as there were earning forecast declines announced with suggesting a slower economy. This is Greg Brown. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.